I'd like to call the meeting to order. Chad, if you don't mind, please do the roll call.
Yes, sir. Mr. Elliott.
Here.
Mr. Wicker.
Here.
Mr. Bishop.
Here.
Mr. Masters.
Here.
Mr. Quayle. We have a quorum, Judge.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is consider approval of minutes of previous meeting held Thursday, June the 7th, 2018.
Motion.
Second. Mr. Elliott.
Yes.
Mr. Wicker.
Yes.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Masters.
Yes.
Second item is we have Phyllis Filiatry with the local health department here to discuss the tax rate.
Marion County Board of Health met on June the 5th, and it was voted to retain the tax rate for 3.0 for $100 assessed value for personal property, for motor vehicles, and also for real property. So no increase.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Any questions for Phyllis? Everything going all right at the health department?
Okay.
Good deal.
Accept.
Second.
Right.
Mr. Masters.
Yes.
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Mr. Wicker.
Yes.
Mr. Elliott.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Phyllis, appreciate it. Natalie Browning is here with Joe Barnett Luckett, Donald Beach, to discuss the budget of the Conservation District.
Hello, Miss Brownie. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe Barnett.
Sir?
I think we already got one. Thank you, Miss Natalie.
Another day in paradise.
It's the same thing we got. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Luckett. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, we got more. Thank you.
Okay, this one here, that's our budget. See, I thought it was finalized and got to get it down to the exact amount as far as our receipts and expenditures. So you see at the bottom, we're at a negative $4,261.17. And that's with the direct aid. We have no idea yet on how much direct aid we're going to get, so it is zero on the receipt.
So it's not included in here, the director.
I have no idea. We may end up picking up. We don't know. Right now, it's still no final decision.
Direct aid is usually the same price, the same amount of money, generally speaking.
If you look at the page here, this shows the past 3 beautiful years of what actual direct aid we received. So we have received a pretty good amount. Like I said, last year, this is the year we received $13,089, and the year before we received $14,133, and then the year before that we received $14,707.
So it's pretty close to the same number, really.
Yeah.
And you all are
They're talking
estimating,
though this year that it really gonna be that. You know, it may be 4 or 5, something in that matter.
Which if it's 4, you'd almost be in budget. You'd be pretty close.
Well, the reason I'm asking for that reason, because say if it was 4 and you get 10, you just minus $261 on this budget, you'd actually be in the red again on the next budget if you don't receive.
Right. That's exactly what, that's why I thought it was brought on that shows
Yeah.
that, you know, right now, we've got carryover of 12,500. If we don't have no carryover, then we're gonna be 12,500 plus whatever, you know. It just depends upon how much direct aid you get and if you are able to be able to get us some extra money.
I guess maybe you might explain what the Conservation District provides to,
Yeah, I'm sorry, look at this page here, it's got Marion County Conservation at the top. This is, explains we have the safe cost share program. In the past 5 years, we've implemented numerous projects. We've had animal waste facilities, heavy use areas, water facilities, fencing, rotational grading, and to keep cattle out of streams, creeks, and ponds. We've had the reseeding program, diversion ditches, grass waterways, lagoons, holding ponds, etc. That's, for the past 5 years, we funded over 63 landowners with a total of over $721,000 back to the community. And on top of that, that's just the landowners' money that they receive. That's not where they went to actual local businesses and, put back into the local economy. We also, within the office, we assist with the federal program, Environmental Quality Incentives Program. It basically has some of the same projects as the state cost share program. It does have the timber stand improvement, but this year we're excited that the state cost share will have timber stand improvement in it too. But with EQIP, they had 87 landowners with a total of $927,500. And I said that's just the landowners, that's not what we put back as far as the local economy for purchasing materials and hiring the local hires around here, machine hires. On the next page, we have a tree giveaway every year. We try to have it either on Earth Day or Arbor Day. We give out over 2,000 trees this year, and man, did they go, right? They went quick. I had them lined up at the door at 8 o'clock, almost around the building. So, and then I also, we give to the 5th grade students a tree seedling every year. We also, this year, we helped sponsor the Women in Agriculture Farmers Appreciation Day. We had our booth set up and had some free items available, and they purchased food and stuff to give people that come up there. And also, you all know about the animal removal program. We funded you all $7,500 grant money with that. We have the Jim Claypool Art and Writing Contest and Banquet. We purchased over 1,500 brochures to be able to deliver to all the schools because it's no longer it's no longer Prince Mountain's been for years now, but enable for the teachers to be able to get an actual brochure in their hand instead of having to print it themselves. We've got to purchase these brochures to hand out to them, and then I deliver them to every school myself. I have a contact with every school as far as teacher that I try to work with. And then we have, which I know some of y'all have been to the banquet, we give out over $1,200 in cash awards. We have the plaques, certificates, t-shirts that we give them. Also, we provide a meal for everybody that attends, and like I said, y'all been there, the animal tales, that's always been a very good, I enjoy it every year. It's very interesting. Some of the animals he brings in and educates them, and I think all the people that attend really enjoy it too. Also last year, we helped, we volunteered at the Farm to Fork that the extension office had. There was over 250 students, and we bought a living seed necklace kit where I educated the kids with a soybean and delivered what was germinated and what they had to do to get it to germinate. And they all seemed to really, really like that. We sponsor, we buy pamphlets to hand out to all the 5th grade students within the county, the Soul Stewardship Program. It's always at the end of April. We've also been able to, we've purchased equipment through the CAPE program, the shared use program. And that's on a 75%, 25% cost basis. So we only have the 25% that we have to pay out. So then we're able to have these equipment for a reasonable price for the landowners and farmers to be able to rent out. We just purchased an aerator, we purchased a lime spreader, we've got 2 PTO sprayers, we just recently sold the gas engine sprayer, and then the no-till drill. And yeah, that's right, we have another sprayer coming. It should probably be available by fall. And then on average, like I said, when we come in our office, we assist at least probably 5 to 10 landowners every day that I have contact with, whether it's technical assistance with our, right now with CAPE program going on, with the Ag Water Quality Plan, they have to come into my office in order to get that done. They ask for soil maps. I create soil maps for them, an aerial view of the farm. And like I said, we just help assist with any conservational issues that they have, and then we have the programs available if they need it to address any kind of a resource concern. And like I said, myself, I try to, even like I said, on limited budget, I haven't been able to do a whole lot of education in the school. but I'd really like to start going back to the school and just take the kids.
And I think that Natty doesn't like to brag on herself, but our convention is in the first weekend of July. And last year, we were the office of the state. That's the second time she's won it since she's been there.
Great.
And I think the most impressive part about it, people couldn't realize that we were not on millage. We were just friends with all the magistrates, and we were getting it done with what we got. You know, and that was,
Well, look what you'd have if you didn't have it, you all. I mean, you get a lot of programs to the county, and, you know, that's what I look at.
Money back to the county.
63 landowners, $721,000 brought back to Marion County, so, you know, I think it's
Listen, it's a great service.
a great service.
I said before, it's a buffer between agriculture and the population, a good buffer. It helps both sides. Everybody live together better.
time it'll get more important than it is today.
Yeah, it's in the last 20, 30 years, it's changed a lot.
When do you all find out what you're gonna receive?
Well, whenever the state tells us.
There's no real set date.
Whatever we said last time, they said, what, 2 weeks? It's been like 2.5 months now. so.
Basically, nobody has actually got our breath for it.
They've asked for a minimum of $10,000 increase, and it's been, 5 years since you had an increase. So, I mean, if that $10,000 will work for you guys, I don't see why we wouldn't go ahead and move forward with that.
Well, let me add to that, and I don't want to override you. I can't do that. Like I said, minimum 10,000, and even with that, if the state
Cost share.
money don't
You're
come,
right.
cost share don't come, it's still tight.
Still in the hole.
I believe in the program. I have all my life. I think it's gonna be the last budget I get to deal with. So I'm gonna ask the court, when it says minimum 10,000, to agree to 15,000 to make sure things work out okay.
Is it a motion?
That's a motion.
Second.
That's for next
It's
year's
next year's
budget.
budget.
Exactly.
Correct.
Next increase.
Yes. And, to make, we're not just giving money away. You guys did request a millage tax, and my position on that was that as long as this court could afford to fund you, there was no reason to tax the general population more money. And I think we can do that, so that's where that is, okay?
Now and then we're
We
satisfied
greatly
with
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate all you all
We
do.
don't want more than we need.
Exactly. Good deal.
Y'all do a great job.
Farmers by nature.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Don't want anything with the land that joins us, right?
I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Right.
Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate it.
Mr. Masters?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Unanimous?
Item number 4, consider approval of second reading and adoption of budget amendment for fiscal court year 2018-19.
No, that should be just the budget ordinance.
Budget ordinance amendment, I'm sorry.
18-19 budget, second reading and adoption of a budget.
Motion. Second. Mr. Masters?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Unanimous?
Item number 5 is consider approval of annual cost of living increase for county employees for the amount to be 2%.
Motion.
Second. Mr. Masters?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker? Yes. Unanimous?
Item number 6, consider approval of budget transfers, cash transfer, and appropriated transfers.
Motion.
Yes.
Mr. Masters?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Unanimous?
Item number 7 is open bids for roads. Jimmy, you want? I think we got,
I guess we got, 10 different bids?
You're right.
Looks like we got one.
Oh, surprise.
Now they're paid. bid on 10 roads for $546,055.9.
Just curious, how many miles, do you know how many miles that is?
It's on the back of y'all's,
All right,
Do you have an idea of what,
it's on the back of y'all's report.
I need your report.
I got it here somewhere.
Got it here somewhere, you give it to me.
that to compare to what y'all,
544,680.
just compared to what y'all could do it for, right?
We're just,
What we ordered.
$1,400 and some dollars. What'd you say it was 45, 46? 559? Minus 544, 680. You're 1876.
I'll make a motion if that's all it is.
How much what's the difference?
$1,800.
To let Nally and Hayden do it,
We can't do it
No,
ourselves.
we can't do it
Any
for that.
cheaper.
and it's,
Second.
Mr. Wicker,
Yes.
Mr. Elder,
Yes.
Mr. Masters,
Yes,
Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
Unanimous.
you stay up there, Jim, we got these surplus bids if you wanna do the, item number 8, open bids for surplus items. We got 1 and 2. This is from 2003 Ford Crown Vic. I have no idea who that's from. Yeah, I got that one here too. Is that for a Crown? What is that for? That's $505. Jeff Coyle for the 2003 Crown Vic. Jeff Coyle, $505. And
is that more than salvage?
Probably.
there's another 2003 Crown Vic. Is that for the Crown Vic and something? That's for the other car as well, ain't it?
This is for, no, just got one in.
Oh, okay.
It's for the Crown Vic, $610. Joey Salee,
Joey.
$610. Joey Salee.
And this one's bid 3 cars, Marvin Gardner.
On the 2003 Crown Vic, he bidded $681. We gonna do all 3 of them?
Yeah, I just want to do them all.
The 2000 Dodge 10 Dodge Charger is $1,281, the way it looks to me. And the 99 Tahoe, $481. Marvin Gardner.
And this is from Emergency, I don't know who that even is. It's-
$2010 Dodge Charger is $689.09.
That's the only one that is in there. Okay.
Emergency remarketing.
Emergency Remarketing, that's who that was from. That appears to be all that we got.
So did Mr. Gardner get them all?
It kind of, yeah, I think you're right. I think he did. Looks,
Motion to approve the release of the surplus property of the highest bidders of each item.
there you go.
Second. Mr. Elder,
Yes.
Mr. Masters,
Yes,
Mr. Bishop,
Yes.
Mr.
Wicker?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you, Jimmy. Item number 8, consider approval of the Marion County Sheriff's tax settlement.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Bishop? Yes.
Number 9, I'm sorry.
Elder?
Yes.
Mr. Wicker? Unanimous.
There were some questions over the last agreement that the city provided, and they have some corrections, and I'd like for y'all just to review. Number 10 is review E911 information provided by the city of Lebanon and discuss at next meeting, please.
All right.
One thing, Judge, I called Mr. Thomas and actually spent some time with him trying to get a better understanding. And one thing that I didn't understand, but obviously I do now, is that, for example, when they page out, let's say the EMS, well, of course the EMS, and then there might be stat care or med care or whatever they call it, and then if they're calling the rescue squad. So one page could technically result in 7, 8, 9, 10 different actual actions by dispatch, not counting other applications like the CAD and so forth. So all those actions are recorded. So for example, like the sheriff's office, if you look, I mean, the numbers for the sheriff's office, you guys must be busy, just unbelievably busy. But I mean, when you see their numbers, individuals at 5,000 calls already for the year, 42. So I'd say that when you look at those numbers, you start calculating that in, the figures are a little more or a little more explainable.
So one call generates numerous
That's correct.
hits, yeah.
Follow-up calls or whatever.
But I appreciate Mr. Thomas doing that.
Item number 11, consider approval of annual contribution of Kentucky Sheriff's Boys and Girls Ranch.
Motion.
We need to, it's something that,
Oh,
out of our funds that we typically have done over the past. I would like to give 500 myself to that. There are local kids. Jimmy, is Jimmy here?
He's on the
He
phone.
just stepped out. I was going to see if he wanted to comment on it, but we do have local kids that do attend this camp that otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to do so. So
I'd also like to give $500 because it is for these kids that didn't have this opportunity. They wouldn't have much at all. So
I can do 300 as well.
I've done committed mine, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I would like to, but I'm broke.
motion.
Second.
Mr. Elder?
It's
Yes.
the thought.
Mr. Bishop? Yes. Mr. Wicker?
Yes.
Mr. Mash?
Yes.
yeah, we just went over this Kentucky Sheriff's Boys and Girls Ranch camp they have every year. I guess that we have some local students or local kids that do.
Got 6 kids there this week. We're gonna pick them up tomorrow, and next month we're taking 5 or 6 boats.
It's a good program. We just, yeah.
I donated a bunch of money to it.
Yeah, right. All he had. Yeah, all he had. Everything he had.
Thank you, Jimmy. Are we done with that one, Chad? You got everything you need?
Yes, sir.